This is the morning brief with the Star. I'm Susan Kiprono. Former Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri and Madira MP Gachagua are hunted men. This is after the courts allowed their bank accounts to be investigated by the Assets Recovery Agency for alleged money laundering. Grab a copy of the Star and see the details of the transactions that are giving the two politicians sleepless nights.
The detectives, through the Asset Recovery Agency, is trying to establish whether there were some monies that were deposited in Honorable Kiunjuri's accounts that were suspicious in their probe, and is being linked to the case that also has another MP, Honorable Gachagua. The detectives are trying to establish whether this money moved from Honorable Gachagua's account to Kiunjuri's account.
Get a copy of the Star by subscribing to our e-paper for only 10 shillings by dialing *550*3#. Kenya is on the alert over reports that scientists had identified a new strain of swine flu in China. According to scientists, the pathogen is carried by pigs and has the ability to be transmitted to humans. While reporting 176 new COVID-19 cases, Health CAS Rashid Aman said any pathogens discovered at this time are a matter of concern due to the ongoing pandemic.
That information, of course, will need to be verified and backed up with evidence. But clearly, if it is a pointer to that, it is a matter of concern, and we should all be concerned. And the more the reason why it should be able to motivate us to strengthen our systems even further, because we know that COVID-19 is not going to be the last pandemic that we shall face.
Meanwhile, Kenya is unlikely to have reached the peak of COVID-19 infections ahead of the expected reopening next week. Experts say despite delays in testing, the cases being reported show an exponential increase. They are now calling for an elaborate plan to protect the elderly and vulnerable people if President Uhuru Kenyatta reopens Nairobi and Mombasa as promised on July 6th. Lawyers have protested mistreatment by elected leaders, terming recent attacks as unwarranted. Drama ensued in the Kitui Assembly premises after Governor Charity Ngilu sent her lawyers to respond to summons by the MCAs. Law Society of Kenya President Nelson Harvey has termed the MCA's actions as barbaric.
It must be understood that as advocates, we don't pursue our causes whenever you see us outside there. We pursue the causes of the clients. These incidents happened within the full watch of policemen. It cannot be explained why the policemen did not take charge of that altercation and ensure that the advocates have access to the county assembly. We have called upon the Inspector General of Police to initiate investigations as soon as possible and apprehend the perpetrators of this heinous crime.
In hundreds of highly classified phone calls with foreign heads of state, President Donald Trump was so consistently unprepared for discussion of serious issues, so often outplayed in his conversations with powerful leaders like Russian President Vladimir Putin and Turkish President Recep Erdogan, and so abusive to leaders of America's principal allies that the calls helped convince some senior U.S. officials that the president himself posed a danger to the national security of the United States. It caused the officials to conclude that the president was often delusional in his dealings with foreign leaders. And finally, police in Louisiana arrested a man captured on video swimming through a fish tank at a sporting goods store. Kevin Wise said that he plunged into the indoor aquarium to follow through on a promise he made to followers on the social media platform TikTok after getting 2,000 likes. Get a copy of the Star by subscribing to our e-paper for only 10 shillings by dialing *550*3#. You can also get more on the Star website.